The truth is, Lil Nas X became an overnight star after releasing his mega hit song Old Town Road. Old Town Road became one of the biggest records ever released, reaching #1 on the Billboard charts, a position it held for 17 straight weeks. From that moment on, Lil Nas X became a household name, solidifying his place in the music industry. But how exactly did Lil Nas X go from being an unknown artist to having one of the biggest records ever released? What if I told you that Lil Nas X paid the ultimate price for his fame and fortune and is now being used for a sinister purpose? Join me in this episode as we uncover the dark truth about Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X was born April 9, 1989 in Lithia Springs, Georgia. Growing up, Lil Nas X's parents split when he was only 6 years old. This led to him living with his mother for 3 years before he ultimately moved with his dad. By the time Lil Nas X was 13, he was heavily into meme culture, something that would play a large role in his career later on. As a teenager, Lil Nas X was pretty much a loner who was always online creating memes for Twitter. In 2017, Lil Nas X would graduate from Lithia Springs High School and enrolled in the University of West Georgia, where he chose to major in computer science. He would eventually drop out of school just 1 year later to pursue his music career full-time. Around this time, Lil Nas X was doing anything to build an online following. He would try a bit of everything, making Facebook comedy skits, Vine videos, and posting memes on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter was where he would see his most success, with some of his early memes taking off to viral heights. This is around the same time Lil Nas X created a Nicki Minaj fan account where he tweeted from daily. It would eventually come out that Lil Nas X was actually using bots to make some of his Nicki Minaj fan page tweets go viral. In 2018, Lil Nas X would start writing and recording his raps in his closet studio he had set up. By July 2018, Lil Nas X was ready to release his first project to the world, Nazarati, dropping it on July 24, 2018. The project went unnoticed by the majority of the world. Lil Nas X will continue to work on his music without much success until December 3, 2018, when he released a song he had just recorded called Old Town Road. At the beginning, the record was just like any other record he had released, until Lil Nas X took matters into his own hands, choosing to market the record on his social media accounts by creating multiple memes on a daily basis promoting his song, eventually creating over 100 memes. This formula would turn out to be successful for Lil Nas X, as the record would find its way onto TikTok, where it began a life of its own. The song would officially go viral sometime in early 2019 after the hashtag Yeehaw challenge on TikTok became popular. The song also got another huge push from children all over the world who instantly fell in love with the cowboy song. The song would eventually find its way onto the Billboard charts, entering the 83rd spot and quickly climbing to the #1 spot, where it stood for 17 weeks. This sparked a major bidding war between the record labels, who all wanted to sign the cowboy sensation. Lil Nas X would end up choosing to sign with Columbia Records in March of 2019, and the rest was history, going on to drop many hit records from then on, solidifying his place as a hitmaker in the music industry. This is what you may already know about Lil Nas X, but the truth is far more sinister. I have come to believe that Lil Nas X sold his soul to the devil in order to become the superstar he has become today. The reason I have come to this conclusion is no other than Lil Nas X himself, as he openly shows he chose to serve Lucifer. It's clear to see what agenda these record labels are pushing using Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X blew up with his mega hit song Old Town Road, which was primarily a children's song. Don't get me wrong, everyone was listening to this song as it was everywhere, but it was a real big hit amongst kids and teens. The record label knew this going in when signing Lil Nas X, and we all saw the record labels build off this with Lil Nas X's early image. The labels made Lil Nas X embrace the whole cowboy image and presented him as a child-friendly artist. They even had him playing concerts for these children all over the US. It was evident the labels were creating Lil Nas X's image as a safe-for-children artist, which led parents to allow their children to listen to his music and become fans of Lil Nas X. We then saw the record label follow up Old Town Road with Panini, which was released May 12, 2019, which again was obviously a song created for children. The bubbly child-friendly pop song contained no curse words and contained obvious words that were put in the song to appeal to kids, like the opening line, "Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie." The music video once again clearly made it appeal to children, as this is who the record labels were targeting with Lil Nas X's music. They wanted to make sure parents felt safe allowing their children to listen to Lil Nas X. And this is exactly what tends to happen once parents see the artist appealing to the kids. This is when the label starts to reveal its claws, and Lil Nas X is used to push the Masonic agenda to these kids without the parents even realizing it. Slowly, the record label started to change Lil Nas X's image as his young fans watched, and by the time Lil Nas X released his Project 7, his entire image had changed. We have seen this very tactic done before, which I called the good girl gone bad agenda, which in this case is the good boy gone bad agenda. Lil Nas X was used to appeal to these kids. When he managed to earn their trust, they showed Lil Nas X doing things that are not appropriate for kids to be watching and learning from. All these young kids that were huge fans of Lil Nas X, all of a sudden were seeing and hearing things come from Lil Nas X that they shouldn't have been exposed to at that age. We saw just how far the label took this agenda with Lil Nas X in 2021 and 2022, with Lil Nas doing just about everything to push a very obvious agenda to the kids. Lil Nas X saw a lot of controversy when he performed this song at the 2021 BET Awards. Many were shocked to see an artist who had so many children fans who looked up to him and made him famous do something that many considered inappropriate for children to see. Lil Nas X will respond to all the backlash in an interview with The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Do you feel the pressure of, I see it all the time, parents will be like, you have a responsibility because kids are watching. You hear that Cardi B had that same problem, and Nicki had that same problem. Do you feel that same way, like, raise your own kids?
I feel like I used to, but now it's like, so? Like, fuck your kids. Not like fuck your kids.
That's exactly what
harsh.
you just said.
but like
You just gave them another headline, Montero. Okay? What agenda is that?
It's like, we really get one chance to do this, at least to my knowledge. I don't know like what happens when we die or not. So it's like I'm not like about to pander to your kids or you. Like anybody like
As you heard for yourself, Lil Nas X openly states F your kids, which in my opinion shows exactly what his purpose was. He basically implied that he only has one life and he's going to do what he wants with it. This to me is very important, as it openly shows what we always talk about on this channel. These celebrities choose to serve Lucifer, as Lucifer offers them moral freedom. This is exactly what Lil Nas X is preaching. We as God people all have a moral responsibility, which Lil Nas X has chosen to ignore. Imagine the type of world we will live in if every person was morally free. There would be nothing to stop the world from destroying itself. We can see the effects of all the people choosing moral freedom in our current world, as it's turning our world colder alongside with the people in it. Lil Nas X basically admitted to selling out by saying F your kids, as he does what he does for himself. In my opinion, it's clear that this was the record label's goal from the beginning when signing Lil Nas X. When they first signed him, they changed his image and made him dress funny and tried their hardest to have him appeal to kids, just to later flip his image and corrupt the minds of all those kids that were following him. This is a very important part of the Masonic agenda, slowly fading away the natural order God has created. It's obvious to me that Lil Nas X is a Masonic puppet, and we can see this in many ways. Just like the other Masonic puppets we have come to see on this channel, Lil Nas X starts to openly show he is a Masonic puppet, the more and more famous he became. Like all the other puppets, Lil Nas X was seen time after time with the one-eye symbolism on many occasions. On March 26, 2021, Lil Nas X shocked the world with the release of his new music video for his song Montero. The song was full of so much obvious Masonic and satanic imagery that everybody was pointing it out. It was obvious what Lil Nas X was making known with this video, that he sold his soul to the devil. This video takes place in the Garden of Eden and depicts the moment Eve ate the apple from the tree. The video starts with Lil Nas X sitting at a tree while playing a guitar, while a giant serpent can be seen slithering on the tree. The serpent then jumps out on Lil Nas X as he tries to run from it. The serpent then kisses Lil Nas X as letters on the tree begin to light up. This entire opening scene represents the moment the serpent tricked humanity into deceiving God's commands and eating from the tree of knowledge and good and evil. Lil Nas X is showing the world that he himself is willingly choosing what Lucifer was offering, which is moral freedom. The video continues with Lil Nas X being shown chained as he is then casted to hell by an angel. As he is being shown falling to hell, we can see him grabbing onto a pole and dancing his way down. When he arrives to hell, they show Lil Nas X making his way to Lucifer's throne. He then goes on to dance on Lucifer before he appears to end him and take his horns. This scene is depicting how Lil Nas X is happy with his decision of selling his soul, and he is willingly choosing to serve Lucifer as he is dancing with the devil. Lil Nas X taking the devil's place represents him becoming one with Lucifer's agenda of self-worship and moral freedom. Another important thing to take from this scene is the fact that they depict Lucifer as some sort of king of hell, when the reality is Lucifer would really be a prisoner of hell alongside all the other souls that would be casted with him. Movies always depict the underworld with this imagery, almost trying to trick the world into believing that following Lucifer would assure them a good place in a burning end. It's clear what Lil Nas X was depicting with this music video. He chose to willingly eat the fruit. He serves Lucifer and lives this life with moral freedom. And this is what he's choosing to promote to his young fans. After Lil Nas X released this music video, he decided to pair it with his Satan sneakers. Lil Nas X collaborated with a company that makes custom sneakers, and together they came up with this Satan shoe. The shoes were every Satanist's dream, as the shoe proudly displayed a pentagram on it, 666, and even an inverted cross. To top it off, the shoes contain a drop of real blood to add a little ritual magic. On the shoes, you can see they also put on it Luke 10:18, which is a passage from the Bible that refers to Jesus mentioning seeing Lucifer being casted from heaven. It's clear what Lil Nas X was doing with these sneakers, showing the world which side he was truly on. We saw Lil Nas X continue to push his agenda openly, showing Masonic imagery in many of his live performances, clearly showing the world who he has chosen to serve. We have seen how far Lil Nas X has gotten pushing this agenda. His career continues to rise, even when the world expected him to be a one-hit wonder after Old Town Road. It appears that Lil Nas X is willing to do whatever it takes to continue to live out his dreams. The labels are using him to guide the masses to a burning end. Lil Nas X chose money and fame and didn't care what he had to do for it. He was willing to be used to corrupt the minds of our children, selling out to the Masonic order. Lil Nas X gained the world, but lost his eternal soul. We must remember to always question what intentions these artists have with their music and imagery. Lil Nas X openly showed the world who he has been serving, and still so many defend him and worship him. We must not allow these puppets to guide us to a burning end. We must remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth. I just want to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. Thank you so much for all your support. If you would like to further support the channel, join the channel below by hitting the join button. Or you can join me on Patreon, the link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by buying a True Fizz shirt. If you would like a True Fizz shirt, email me at thetruefizz211@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram at thetruefizz01. Also, please leave a comment below on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, as this helps other people find these videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Please follow me on Instagram at thetruefizz01 and on TikTok at thetruefizz. I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.